Menstruation in Irish mythology is complicated. Come cover racist graffiti in Galway with me as we talk about it. So first up, the reason that Irish mythology seems so sanitized in comparison to some other pagan mythologies lies in the fact that Irish storytelling was a verbal custom. The Dukas collection, one of the largest folklore collections in the world, began in the 1930s with school children who would collect and transcribe these stories from people within their communities. And this has informed a lot since the 30s. From records, we know that women storytellers were perceived as much more bawdish and less demure than their male counterparts and would soften their stories for transcriptions. This was allegedly particularly prevalent in Gaeltacht areas, where often the researcher and a translator unknown to the storyteller would already receive a cleaner version, but additionally were often accompanied by the local parish priest in order to smooth over initial meetings. Even when this was not the case, we have witnessed reports of stories being cleaned up for transcription, only for the storyteller to give the full, unabridged story later that night surrounded by neighbours. Despite this, we do have some record of menstruation in Irish myths, and this is by no means an exhaustive list, but it is what I could find for this video, so let me know of any I haven't mentioned in the comments. Specific translations of the Táin depict Queen Maeve, the mythological figure, as suddenly getting her period mid-retreating from the cattle raid, and I'm going to be referencing Morgan Daimler's translation for this. In fact, Cuchulainn comes across her as she is crouched dealing with her period, but does not use that moment to strike due to the vulnerable position Maeve was in. Táin details Maeve birthing 3 trenches and this moment as a leadership failure, despite the image drawing on images of old Irish goddesses birthing the land. Depending on the translation, the menstrual aspect is ignored, and she is depicted simply as going to the toilet in nature, but use of the specific term full fulla, full meaning urine and fulla meaning blood, seems to be an idiom for menstruating. Mother Macha's mythology is recorded as her quite literally birthing 2 lambs, but this is, as far as a lot of mythology goes, the mysterious and miraculous pregnancy. However, Macha and Maeve were inextricably linked through the menstrual cycle, both in birthing the land and, at the deciding moment of the battle, Macha cursing all of the men of Ulster with the pain of childbirth, securing Maeve's victory. Now, mythology of Brigid has 2 potential references, which make sense as a healer god/saint. First, one of Brigid's canonizing acts was when one of her sisters came to her fearful of a potential pregnancy as she had not had her cycle yet, and Brigid places a hand on her stomach and informs her the problem is gone. This is a reference to the menstrual cycle. From Fergus Kelly's work, we also know that there is significant indication that the term used for Brigid was Banlia Tua, which may refer to a midwife or a woman who specifically attends women at childbirth. So this is incredibly scant reference to the menstrual cycle in Irish mythology, despite it being such a big part of many women's lives. Sisters for Gaza is a group of 6 women who are working to bring period products, pads, tampons, clean underwear to women in Palestine from the US and Ramallah. Meg, Diala, Sarah and others have already brought 8,000 period kits to women, girls and people who menstruate, but they need your help. If you care about people getting the menstrual care items they need, please visit the link in my bio and donate. Even if you don't have much, try to donate as much as today's morning coffee or your last box of products. Mine was several years ago, but I do have the video on screen to show you now, and if you enjoyed but can't donate, please hit all the buttons on screen and share this with a friend who can donate, or who needs to learn more about Irish mythology and the menstrual cycle. I'm Elliot, the Alt-Irish historian, and I hope to see you again.